Hello, my dear students. Today I would be taking a session on science. So, in science, you all might be aware about the sense organs. You're having how many sense organs? There are in actual 5 sense organs like eyes, nose, your mouth, tongue, your skin, your ears. This is all your sense organs. So, one of the most important sense organ of ours is nothing but our eyes. Eyes is one of the most important sense organ. You can ask me why. Okay, I will give you the answer for that. It is because you can read the books, you can write the notes, right? Even you can enjoy the beauty of the nature. You can even see the things which are around you, which is surrounding you. You can see your books, you can see your bag, you can see everything around you. But in the same case, can you see the object in the dark? If it is a night, all lights are off, and if I tell you to bring this book or this pen from the dark, are you able to recognize where the things are? No, you can't. Why? Because it is fully dark. Even if we have the sight, even if our sense organ is active, but at a particular time, that is, it is dark, then we can't see the things. So it means that our eyes alone cannot see an object. There is something between our eyes which is making us to see an object. This is my eyes and this is my object. If I want to see this object, then there is something in front of me through which I can see an object. So what it can be? It's nothing but it's a light. Due to light, because of light, we are able to see the things. If it is a dark, then I won't be able to recognize, oh, this is a pen or this is my whiteboard. I won't be able to recognize it. So I can recognize the things because of light. So today I would be taking a session on chapter 16. Topic is light. Topic is light. So today our topic for today is about the laws of reflection. Before teaching the laws of reflection, I would like to tell you why we need to learn these laws of reflection. You all might be having a mirror at your home. Okay, this is my mirror and this is the mirror I'm using to explain it for today's session. So you all might be observing your face in the mirror. I would like to share something with you that when I was a small child, I used to think that how can this mirror show my face on it? Is it really like this or how can this be possible? Whenever I used to have a steel plate, my mama used to give me the food in a steel plate. So whenever she gives me the plate, I can see the exact reflection of my face in that spoon, in the plate or in the spoon which we use. Even in the well or in the still water, we can see our face. How is this all things possible? This all things is possible only because of the law of reflection, because of the laws of reflection. Now, what is the laws of reflection? Laws of reflection is having three major words. Three major words. One is incident ray, one is reflected ray, and the third is about the normal. These are the three major things that plays in the laws of reflection. So I would like to share some of the things, some of the important things which are there in the laws of reflection. So you all might be aware about the concept of bouncing a ball on a wall. Imagine that this is your wall. This part is your wall. And here is my ball and I am throwing it onto the wall. I am throwing it onto the wall and then it is bouncing back. And it is bouncing back. So when I am throwing the ball, this portion is known as incident ray. I'm just explaining the concept. So whenever I throw a ball on the wall, this ray is known as incident ray. When the ball bounces back, then it is known as reflected ray. So this is how it is. So this is our incident ray and this is our reflected ray. So the ball was just an example. Here the exact example is about the light. This is the source of light. This is our source of light. When this light is incident on an object, it gets reflected back and thus we can see an object. Thus we are able to see an object with our eyes. Whatever object it can be, when the incident ray is getting on an object and is then reflected back, then we can see what the object is exactly. And if it is a dark, then we are not able to see what the object is. And this is known as the normal. This is known as the normal to the plane. So that when the incident ray is put over the plane, then it should be reflected back. So if it is a polished surface, then the angle formed would always be equal. If it is 30 degree, then the reflected angle would also be 30 degree. If it is more than that, then it is again equal. So this angle is named to be as the angle which lies parallel to the incidence is known as angle of incidence, while the angle lies parallel to the reflected ray is known as angle of reflection. Angle of reflection. So this is the main concept of reflection of light. Now I would state some of the laws of reflection. There are two laws of reflection. As I told earlier, the first law of reflection states that angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. So what is this angle of incidence? Angle of incidence is nothing but the angle formed between the incident ray and the normal is known as angle of incidence. What is angle of reflection? Angle of reflection is nothing but the angle formed between the reflected ray and the normal is known as angle of reflection. Earlier I have already discussed with you that if this angle of incidence is 30 degree, then the angle of reflection would also be 30 degree. So the first law of reflection states that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is the first law. Now the second law of reflection states that the incident ray, this is the incident ray. This is the incident ray. And what is this? This is the normal to the incidence. What is this? This is the normal to the incidence. This is the incident ray. This point is known as incidence. So this is known as normal to the incidence. Normal to the incidence and the reflected ray lies in a same plane. Lies in a same plane. This is our third law. That is incident ray, normal to the incidence and reflected ray lies in a same plane. Lie in a same plane. So these are the two major laws of reflection. I hope that this concept is clear. One more thing, why we need to learn all these things? Because whenever an image is formed on an object, we should know what is the incident, from where the incident ray is coming, from where it is getting reflected, what the object is, and what is the angle of incidence or angle of reflection. To see the stars, to see the objects in the sky, to adjust the telescope, everything, you need to know the laws of reflection. Accordingly, you have to adjust the measurement and size so that we can see an object clearly. Because of that, we need to know the laws of reflection. So I hope that this concept is clear to everyone. Okay, now let's move to the second concept. So now over here you can see two images. One is about the regular reflection and another is about the diffused reflection. Okay, so in a regular reflection you can see that the laws of reflection are applicable only on the regular reflection. Only on the regular reflection the laws of reflection is applicable. That is, angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. While in a diffused reflection, the angle of incidence is there, angle of reflection is also there, but we can't say that they are equal because this is an uneven surface. So the rays of light is falling on different surfaces, like some are falling on this side, some is falling on this side, some is falling on this side. So it is getting reflected in different direction. So we can't say that angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Here the laws of reflection is not at all applicable. For example, the examples taken for a diffused reflection are like piece of paper, like this paper, cardboard, the notebooks you're using, the wall, all these things comes under diffused reflection. While the regular reflection is having the example of still water, the water which is calm. We can see the example for regular reflection, the mirror, then polished surface of a car. We can see our face through that also, and even we can see the face through a shiny surface like plate which we use. All the things we can see our face directly. So these are the example of regular reflection and these are the examples of diffused reflection. So I hope that this concept is also clear for you all. Now we'll move to the next topic. Reflected light can be reflected back. So our next topic is about reflected light can be reflected back. Before going to the topic, I would like to let you know about a barber shop where you went for a haircut. When I used to go long time ago, so there in a barber shop you can see that one mirror would be kept in front of us and another mirror would be kept behind us, so that we can see that how the cuttings are going on. Nowadays they don't keep two mirrors, but we can say that they keep one mirror in front of us. For the next, they would keep a small mirror to show us that how our cuttings has been done. So what exactly happens is the reflection of the back mirror would come in the front mirror. We can see the exact image of the things when kept in the behind. We can see the exact image in the front mirror. So that type of mirrors are known as periscope. This is known as periscope. These techniques are mostly used by submarines, or we can say that by soldiers or by bunkers, so that they can see that how many enemies are coming on their way. One mirror would be kept in this direction and another would be kept in this direction. So whatever happens, whatever comes near that mirror, that would get reflected directly to that mirror opposite to it, so that they can see it through a periscope. That kind of system is known as periscope. Clear? So this is the main exact thing in this topic, that is reflected light can be reflected back. This is our one mirror. This is our second mirror. So whatever I see in this image, the same I can see in this mirror. So that is reflected light can be reflected back. Whatever light is getting reflected, it will get reflected back. So this is one of the topic. Now we'll go to the next topic of ours. So our next topic for today's is about our eyes. I have begun my session with the sense organ. One of the most important sense organ of ours is nothing but our eyes. Why did I said so? You all know that even though we have an ample amount of light in the room or wherever we go, if we don't have the eyesight, it's of no use at all. So, to study all about all these things, we have to first learn about our eyes. First and the most thing, we should be thankful to God that we are having a good eyesight to see all these things. So, how will you describe your eyes? What is eyes for you? So you can say that eyes is roughly spherical in shape. Not exactly spherical, but roughly we can say that it is spherical in shape. The second most important thing is that the outer coat, we can see the outer coat of the eyes. It is white in color. What is the color of the outer coat of the eyes? It is white in color. And you know that whenever you travel somewhere, the dust goes inside your eyes. What does it does first? It will first close your eyes and lot much of water will come out. Why so? Because it is protecting your eyes from the accident caused. Whenever the accident is caused, what it does is first it will close its eyelid so that the eye should be protected. So this is the major thing about the eyes. So I have told you about the outer coat. Outer coat is white in color. The other thing is it is tough. Eyes is tough to protect the eyes from any kind of accident caused. So now I would be teaching you about some of the layers of the eyes and how it is used.